I watched this movie on Pluto TV, and it had the same cover as the Jonah Hill Sitter movie, and that's the one I wanted to watch. But I ended up watching this crap show instead. It's a movie about a babysitter that lives in a house. I have never heard of that. I've always heard of you hire a babysitter and they watch your kids for a few hours, maybe the entire night, and the parents come back in the morning. Something like that, but no, she straight up moves into the house and she lives there now. It's kind of weird. Never heard of a babysitter like that. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just uncommon. And everybody's like suspicious of her for no reason. In most thriller or horror movies, there is a reason to be suspicious of the character, but there really isn't here. They just start getting suspicious of her for like no reason. Character dies, she's nowhere. There's like not exactly hints that, she's the cause, but people start getting suspicious of her, not even hints. Like, oh, character dies, must be the babysitter. And then they get suspicious of her because her name's not on the babysitter website anymore. Like, it's pretty obvious she accepted the job. Why would she still have it up that she can be a babysitter? That's gonna be bad for business if someone tries to ask to be her babysitter, get her as a babysitter, and then she has to be like, no, I'm living with people right now and babysitting their kids. So pretty obvious why she would take it down if she's currently in a job. You don't apply for jobs while in a job. No reason to be suspicious of that. She also kills this creepy, misogynistic, kinda rapey dude that totally deserved it, that they try and make you feel bad for whatever reason. Ironically enough, named Tate, like Andrew Tate. Though he would not get to fame until obviously a long time after this movie. Somewhat popular as a boxer, whatever. Anyways, she kills him with a shovel, and she kills the weird, nosy Karen neighbor that gets mad at her for undressing in her house and her son being a perv. Like, she still gets mad at the son and, like, slaps him. But she straight up gets mad at the girl for undressing in her house by the windows, which maybe he shouldn't be looking inside her house. I get it. Most people probably wouldn't change with the blinds open and the windows open. But if you're the one looking through someone's window, you're kind of the creep there. It's one thing if you like glance, but he was looking through it. So was she, and then she also stares at her while she takes out the garbage. Honestly, the funniest thing in this movie is that she stays outside when it's raining for who knows how long when she kills Tate. And when she comes inside soaking wet, nobody says anything to her. They're just kind of like, oh, hey, where's Tate? Like, okay, that's not weird at all. um, what else? Oh, they actually mentioned gay characters in this movie, which was cool. Because I think this is a 90s movie, just by how the camera quality looked, but it was also a TV movie. I'm not sure. I mean, it says 2007 right there, but there's a bunch of different search results with the same pictures that I really don't know what it is. Where she's talking to the little girl and she mentions all the different couples and some of them are cheaters, and then she eventually mentions a gay couple where she says Mr. and Mr. I also like how this is a babysitter movie, but we only have like probably 2 or 3 interactions with her actually talking to the kids. I know it's supposed to be a thriller movie, so they gotta try and build her up, but how are you gonna have a babysitter movie and she doesn't really babysit the kids? She just acts creepy for the entire movie. And eventually she tries to. Oh, this. Actually, I wanted to mention this. It reminds me a lot of the Intruder movie from 2019. She is obsessed with the husband or whatever and wants the husband to herself. It's also kind of like Orphan with that. Tries to kill the wife. And then they do this like bizarre, dumb plot twist where apparently the husband she's in love with was a lawyer, and he's the one that made her mom not go to jail. That was crazy, and abused her and didn't feed her and left her in rooms for weeks. So that was a weird plot twist, because the movie starts with her having like a bad mom, and they actually do a decent transition. Like we see her eyes and she's laying down, and then they transition into her waking up in the morning in the same position. But yeah, apparently he was the lawyer that made her not think her mom was crazy or whatever. It's so weird and dumb. So yeah, there's that. She fell in love with him when she was like 8 years old in court because of that court case or whatever. And funnily enough, he remembers that random court case from probably 20 years ago. And he's like, oh my god, you're this woman's daughter. I mean, what exactly was interesting about that case? Like, not to sound rude, but a lot of kids get abused. I don't know why him as a lawyer that deals with stuff all that time, especially when he's defending the mother, exactly remembers that case. He's probably taken thousands of cases by now, and he remembers her specifically for what reason? He's like, oh my god, you're this girl's daughter. And like, okay. Then she gets like killed super fast by a woman that is disabled because she broke her ankles earlier in the movie because of the babysitter. She goes over there, the wife got scissors somehow, and she like stabs her, and then she gets mad. She's like, you bitch. And then she gets stabbed again, and then she gets stabbed in the back, and she's done for. And they do like the corniest line ever, where she says, honey, I fired the sitter. And then the husband smiles and laughs. It's so dumb. She also had a friend named like Shauna, I think, that gets murdered. Just that's also what reminded me of Intruder, where the best friend tried to stop the babysitter because she realized the babysitter was crazy or whatever. She comes there, the babysitter puts something on her face and snaps her neck, and then that's all we hear of Shauna ever again. Because nobody knew she was there. So she just got murdered upstairs, and the movie ends with that corny pun, actually, about her firing the sitter. So, yeah, her best friend is dead upstairs, and it's never mentioned again. It was at least mentioned in Intruder. It's not a very good movie.